Hey guys, so I'm now going to read lesson number 2 from the new webinar that come to be called Hanover Salcedo after the family that is the example in it. Seems like a really fun seminar. The first lesson was about holding any big life philosophical question in a frame, so to speak. That was pretty cool. So let's see what lesson 2 has in store for us. Get the material up here. Lesson 2, dropping the storyline, the lesson. On the lesson, there's 5 parts to each lesson. Most of us don't experience life directly. We experience a story our minds tell us about life. From the moment we wake up, our minds are narrating, judging, and interpreting everything we encounter. Cloudy sky isn't just a cloudy sky, it's a gloomy day. Comment from a colleague isn't just a set of words, it's a criticism. This constant mental commentary is the storyline, layer of interpretation that we place between ourselves and reality. Well, this is a normal function of the human mind. It often creates unnecessary suffering. Get so caught up in our stories of fear, regret, or anxiety that we lose touch with what is actually happening in the present moment. The lesson today is that true wisdom, peace of mind can be found in the space between an event and our story about it. We learn to notice the difference between what is actually happening and the narrative our mind is creating. Not about suppressing our thoughts or feelings, but about seeing them for what they are. And that's not absolute reality. Part 2 of the tool. The tool for this practice is called noticing the difference. This tool is a simple mental check-in where you learn to separate raw data from your interpretation of it. It involves asking yourself 2 simple questions. What is actually happening right now? The direct experience. What is the story I'm telling myself about it? The interpretation. Learning to distinguish between these 2 allows you to respond to situations with more clarity and wisdom rather than reacting to the drama of your own storyline. Part 3, the story, the Hanover Salcedo family. Lenny Hanover is at his 8-year-old son Kenny's soccer game. It's the final minute, and Kenny has a chance to score the winning goal. Shoots and misses. Whistle blows, the game is over. Instantly, a storyline erupts in Lenny's mind. Choked, he lacks focus, practicing with him enough. This is a huge disappointment, and he must look terrible. He go over there and explain what he did wrong so it doesn't happen again. He's already walking toward the field, his coaching speech ready. Then he remembers the practice of the pause button. He stops for a second. He decides to try noticing the difference. What is the story I'm telling myself? The story is one of failure, disappointment, the need for immediate correction. It's a whole drama about a make or break moment in my son's life. What is actually happening? Lenny scans the field. Kenny is not crying. He's not slumped in defeat. He's already laughing with a teammate chasing him to get his water bottle. The sun is setting. While their parents are clapping for both teams. In that moment, Lenny sees the massive gap between his internal storyline and the simple reality. His son has already moved on. The tragedy existed only in Kenny's head. He deletes the critical speech from mind, walks over to Kenny and just gives him a hug. That was a great game, Lenny said. I loved watching you play. Part 4, your implementation, how to use the noticing the difference. Call recent event. Think of a simple recent situation that caused you a small amount of stress or irritation. Example, someone cut you off in traffic, got a blunt email. 2, draw 2 columns. On a piece of paper, draw a line down the middle. 3, part 3 of 4, label the columns. Label the left column direct experience, the what, label the right column my story, the why, and what if. 4, part 4, fill them in. Left column lists only the bare objective facts. A blue car moved to my boss sent an email with 5 words in it. In the right column, write down all the judgments, assumptions, and emotions that came with it. Example, that jerk did that on purpose. He could have caused an accident. She must be mad at me and probably in trouble for that report. Reflect. Look at the 2 columns. See how much heavier and more complicated the story is compared to the simple reality. Goal is to get better at spotting this difference as it happens in real time. Part 5, conclusion. In this lesson, we learned that we often suffer more from our stories about reality than from reality itself. We introduced the tool, noticing the difference, which helps us separate our direct experience from our mental interpretations. We saw how Lenny used this tool to avoid creating unnecessary conflict and instead connect with his son in a moment of simple truth. By learning to drop the storyline, we can free ourselves from a great deal of self-imposed stress, see the world and ourselves with better clarity and kindness. Well, how lovely is that? Whiz. That's lesson number 2, kids. Pretty sweet.